people are my thing. Like that's number one. I just enjoy meeting people, doing things with people, helping people. And I think, it's been fun to be able to shoot families, and then people are able to use those photos for their own personal life because maybe they haven't not taken the time to do a family photo shoot or, or haven't had the opportunity. So this is a way that we can help get memories on their walls as well.
Hello and welcome to the Inspired Woman Podcast. I'm Marcy Narum. This podcast is dedicated to impacting a multitude of women with its mission to celebrate, encourage, empower, educate, entertain, and connect women.
I'm Amber Schatz, joined by Jacy Voglewede.
You got it.
Who met her husband at the Pingree
Palooza.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Which we have to start there. This is the most amazing story I've just learned. And to meet anybody at a palooza, much less the love of your life. I mean, do you mind sharing that story?
Absolutely not. But it was my first time ever at a palooza. Have you ever even been to one?
Did I go to Lollapalooza? No, I just want to. The music festival. That's the only palooza I think I would ever go to. But yeah.
I think it was Pingree's 125th city celebration. And I went there with my parents and we camped overnight, and Jared was from Carrington and he was down with some buddies, and we met about 2 a.m. and the rest is history. 12 years later, here we are.
Oh my goodness. And that was their final one.
Yes.
I mean, that's so sad, but I'm so glad you guys met before it ended.
Yes.
So that's pretty cool. Well, you are kind of Inspired Woman's designated photographer. Tell me how you got into photography. Like, did that start at a young age, or when did you start taking pictures?
I started taking pictures at a very young age, like in elementary school. My mom was a photographer. She took high school seniors and weddings on an old 35 millimeter camera, and I just followed her around, and we got to the point where we would do weddings together, and we'd have our fanny pack with our undone rolls and our done rolls of film, and that's how I learned. And then I gave it up for about 2 or 3 years. It was when we were transitioning from 35 mil to digital, and I thought, I can't keep this up. I can't figure it out. And then next thing you know, I had children, and I was like, wait, I got to start capturing my own memories. And then I fell back in love with it, and I've been doing it. It helped me get through college a little bit on the side. And so I've been doing photography for many, many years.
Wow, that is so cool to get to learn from your mom. That's so amazing. Like, do you have a favorite memory of being either at a wedding or some kind of shoot with her where something maybe went right, went wrong, where you kind of learned from her?
I think my biggest memories of photography with my mom are when I was her model. Like when I was 8 and 9 years old, and she'd have me like sit this certain pose, and like she'd have lighting with just different lamps and trying things out of her house. And so there are a lot of photos of me as her little model, like in little swimsuits at 7 years old. It was pretty silly, but it was fun.
So you're pretty much a model.
Absolutely not.
You probably know how to find all the best light and angles, though, for taking pictures.
Yeah, light is amazing. Light is so important in photography. So that's like even in here, we have some nice natural light coming in. So yeah, light is really, really important.
And it's fun because you were talking with Nolan, who is with Quantum Productions, and you guys were kind of nerding out a little bit about the equipment. How hard is that to stay on top of the latest and greatest? Or, is that something that you learn about online, or how do you kind of stay with that?
Well, as you can tell, I'm in the military too. This is my full-time gig. But photography has always been, it's just something that really interests me. So, of course, I subscribe to magazines and I watch podcasts and things about photography. But staying up on equipment is one of the hardest. And it's one of those things where that's my goal, because I have approximately 4-ish years left in the military. So my goal is to try to stay on top of it and try to keep my equipment fresh and new the best I can. So I'm ready to hit the ground running in 4 years to do it full time.
Oh, that's awesome. So you have 4 years left. How long have you been in the Guard, and what got you into it?
23 years. I can't believe it. So I tell people I must have joined when I was 12. I was so young.
I was going to say, there's no way that's possible.
No, I joined at 17. I went to an air show with my dad when I was 12, and I told him, I'm going to be like her one day. And it was a lady with a braid across her blue hat. It's kind of a cool story. And then I joined the military at 17, and I wanted to go active duty Air Force, but my dad was like, no, we don't have any family members in the military. I think that you should just do the Guard and start slow, which I'm super thankful for. And so I was enlisted in the military for 15 years. And that's when I had the opportunity to apply for a job here in Bismarck, actually, and then became an officer. So I went away to officer school, and yeah, now I'm a captain in the Air Force. So it's exciting.
Wow. Where was the officer school?
That was down in Alabama.
Okay.
Yep, Montgomery Air Force Base in Alabama.
Wow.
Yep.
Some of your favorite moments of reaching this point, is it seeing some of the world and some of the country?
I don't travel as much in the position I'm in now. I'm in the headquarters, so I support the rest of the North Dakota Air National Guard here. But I really love taking care of people. Like, people are really what inspire me. I love meeting people. I love helping people. And really that's what I do in my current job is I help people with promotions. I help people with waivers. I help people take care of their careers. So it's really I really love my job. And I'll be in this job for probably quite a while yet.
Oh, that is so cool.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun.
Do you take any photos, also for the Guard or anything?
I don't, but
Yeah.
I've made a lot of connections where I do outside work outside of the Guard.
Yeah.
So that's nice. Other families or high school seniors or even weddings I've done for friends from the Guard.
You've mentioned both your mom and your dad and, getting advice from them. It sounds like you're pretty close with your family.
Yes.
Tell me about growing up in little old Buchanan.
Buchanan, North Dakota. Well, it's 12 miles north of Jamestown. And I graduated with 11 students.
Wow.
So it was a really, really small school. But I went to, our elementary school was in Buchanan and our high school was in Pingree. And I was really involved in everything, like every sport that we could be, golf, basketball. In a small school, we didn't have like swimming and other sports. You do in a bigger school. But yeah, I just was really involved. And same thing there. I just loved people and connecting with people and building relationships. That's always been kind of my biggest strength maybe. And really what I love to do. So and I keep a lot of connections with people from back home. So yeah, growing up in town, it's not like it is here. It was you went outside in the morning and you played all day, and as soon as it got dark, you came home. So
you don't feel like you missed out on anything growing up in a small town like that?
not at all. Sometimes I wonder what it would be like for my kids to grow up in a small town. But then you have to outweigh the, or look at the pros and cons and what are they missing by going to a small town. And so, yeah, we struggle with that a little bit because, we've always talked about maybe moving back to Carrington where Jared's from, or even Jamestown, just to have a little bit bigger city than where I'm from. But I don't know. We'll see, because our kids are doing really well in school here and want them to be successful.
Speaking about the weather, whether it's in Buchanan or Bismarck, it's below zero, and it's February, which I sometimes say is my least favorite month because it just seems so cold. Why do you continue to choose to live in North Dakota?
Well, it's because you just talked about family a few minutes ago. So the one thing that Jared and I both share is we have really strong families, and people joke with me, like I'll say, oh, maybe I'll apply for a job in Florida. And they laugh and say, you wouldn't last because you're with your family all the time. So my mom has 6 siblings, and those aunts and uncles live around here. Jared's dad has 13 siblings.
Oh, my goodness.
We just have a lot of close family, and it's like on the weekends that we do have free, we try to go back and visit. And it's a lot of traveling, but it's worth it. It's fun. And
oh my gosh, that's a lot of people to visit.
yeah, it is. It is.
So you have 2 kids. Tell me about them. We were talking a little bit about how wild it is, kind of chasing after kids, and they have so many activities. What are they up to right now?
Yes. Well, today is Cooper's birthday. He's
Aw.
9. Yes. So Cooper is my youngest, and he is into magic, and he is into science, and he's an artsy, creative dude. And he recently started Taekwondo because we wanted to get into a physical activity because he's not into any sports, which is totally fine. So we're nourishing that. And I joke that if you walk into his bedroom, it's a little scary because he is one, like we go through and like clean it every 3 to 4 months, but he keeps everything from the ring around the milk carton that you take off because he might be able to repurpose it.
Oh.
Or like the toilet paper rolls and paper towel rolls. And so his room is really a collection of stuff, all kinds of stuff. And he loves gold. And then my other son, William, is 11, and he is in basketball. He's in all sports, basketball, baseball. He's toying with football again. He played that for 1 or 2 years. So he's trying to decide if he should play that again this year. But he's super athletic, fun to watch. Both of my boys are smart and love to read. So we've just really been blessed. We have 2 really amazing, healthy children, and we're lucky.
Yeah,
Lucky.
that's all you want in life. But that is so fun how different they are. Like, so you get to learn some magic or watch some magic tricks and then go watch some basketball.
Absolutely.
Oh, I want him to show me a magic trick. Have you picked up any? Or?
No, I'm not very good at magic at all, but he's amazing.
Yeah.
And if you'd see the 2 of them, what a lot of people say is, to me, of course they don't, but they think they look like twins. So they're 2.5 years apart. But they of course resemble each other, but a lot of folks think that they look like twins. So.
Well, they must get your beautiful genes, you and your husband.
Sweet.
So you mentioned earlier, picking the camera back up to try to keep up with taking photos of them and your family. How do you do that? Because I'm really struggling with that, and I have a baby. And I've already taken, 1 million photos, but all on my phone. And then I kind of just leave them there.
Right. Well, one thing that I implemented probably, I'm not sure how long ago, but it's helped me a lot is I archive everything by year and month. And then I try to save the photos by what's in the image. That's probably my biggest fault right now is trying to go back and rename photos. But for sure, month and year, at least that helps me narrow down. And cataloging them like 2019-01 for January instead of writing out January. Things like that have helped me organize. But it's overwhelming and it's hard. And I will tell you, if you have 1 babe, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so once babe 2 comes, remember to turn on the video camera.
Oh, yeah.
Like I look back at videos of my kids and I have way more of William, my oldest one, than I do of Cooper. So that's one thing. And people always told me that about pictures, but video, I don't know why that's specifically it, but there's not a lot of Cooper's belly laugh when he was a baby. So I'm trying to capture it now.
Yeah. Hey, I've got to make up for lost time. Say goo goo gaga.
Yeah,
really
exactly.
Quick. Yeah. Oh, exactly. For cute. No, I don't know how moms of multiple kids do it. And we were talking about that. But, I think everybody's just kind of smiling and struggling, but we just try to make it work. And
it's busy and I can't imagine people who have 4 or 5 or 6 children or more because we're running in all directions. And we talked about that before. Being a single mom, I'm sure is crazy. Like I have an amazing support system at home. So I don't know how they do it.
I know, me either. And I'm just grateful for the things that I have. And then sometimes it's just nice though to vent to somebody or a close friend and just hear that you're not alone. Also kind of stressed out or whatever. I was thinking earlier, did I comb my hair today? I think I did. I hope so. But, speaking about the photos and, obviously your career, do you have any time for you and any hobbies or fun stuff?
I kind of joke about that now, this me time thing and self-care. It's so important and you just have to take time and to have girlfriends. You have to take the time because it helps so much. We use essential oils in our house too. And that's something else that really, really changed our world. We started when Cooper was in kindergarten. And it was because he was struggling in kindergarten. And I called my mom and I said something like, send me some of that witchcraft you've been doing for 8 years or whatever. And so she sent some stuff and the rest is history. But incorporating the non-toxic products in our life, I really think has helped a lot. So that's one thing that's a big part of my extra time, free time, is helping other people understand and navigate the essential oil world and how to get rid of those toxic products in their house. So that takes up a lot of my free time, along with, just spending time with the kids. And we're going to Florida on Saturday for 1 week on the beach. We're so excited.
Oh, you picked the best time to
I
go
know.
because, like I said, I'm such a hater of February, and I really shouldn't be. I'm grateful to be here, but it's the shortest month. It feels like the longest because it always seems to be the coldest and the windiest, and the snow's magic has worn off by now. Is how I feel.
Yeah.
But is that something you guys do every year? Is it your first time, like, kind of leaving in the middle of winter? Or?
Well, we started 4 years ago as a one-time trip, thinking, this was with Jared's parents, thinking, okay, we'll do this once. This will be fun. And then the second year came, and then the third, and this is the fourth. So we've done it every year for 4 years. So it's kind of funny that the kids, like this year, they thought at Christmas, it's their Christmas thing. So at Christmas time, they're like, I bet we're not going to Florida. But we did this year again. So we're going to try to keep it up.
You're bringing me next year, so I'm inviting myself now.
Exactly.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
So, talking about the self-care and your essential oils, I'm not, I don't know if we're selling it right now, but basically I don't use it. I've never really gotten into it. Could you give me just a real quick, pitch toward it? Because it's something I'd like to know a little bit more about. I see people selling it sometimes on Facebook, and for some reason I've never really gotten into it.
Yeah. Well, it's a fine line.
Yeah.
I thought it was crazy for many, many years. And then once it started slowly incorporating into our household, I was like, maybe there's something to this. And how we started is, like I said, with Cooper in kindergarten, he was struggling with his emotions. And I didn't want to medicate him. So I thought, what can I do naturally? So that's where it started. And then my husband took Prilosec every day for his heartburn. And then we found something for that. And it just slowly took our CVS bill, our $200 a month at CVS bill, with between Zyrtec and Allegra and Zantac and all that. Got rid of all that, and we started incorporating the natural things. So I would just say, it's slow and steady because it's a lot at first. But that's why I really think when you do find resources to help you, we've kind of created on our little team, we've created a community where we have a closed Facebook group, and we have a monthly email that goes out to help explain things, and different text groups and things like that, so that we can support each other and help each other. And if you have an issue or an ailment, to reach out to your group of 100 other friends that are doing the same thing, and they can say, well, I tried this and it worked, or this didn't work. So, and there's a time and a place for doctors. Like I always say, it's the 80-20 rule. 80% of the time we should be able to take care of ourselves at home, but 20% of the time you have to go to the doctor. And I'm not that weird oil lady who says, don't ever go to the doctor and all that. So no, I just want to slowly incorporate it and help everyone incorporate it into their homes, because I really think now that everybody should have them in their home. It's just a natural way to, we don't even use Clorox wipes anymore. We just use oils with water, and it cleans just as good as bleach. So
that is so interesting. Is there one that you would suggest over everything else? Kind of like if you wanted to try something like lavender to help sleep or something like that.
I think it would probably be On Guard, because On Guard is a blend of oils to help clean. So that's where I would start, because that can be good for cold and flu season. That can be used to clean everything in your house. So that would be my number one. If somebody would say, what should I start with?
Okay.
I would probably go there, or else find out what the ailment is, like if it's sleep, and then we would do something different. But I would go that way.
Thank you for the free advice.
Yeah, look at that. We weren't going there, but I like it.
You can charge me later.
Yeah.
Speaking of cleaning, the Marie Kondo
yes,
tidying
let's talk
up.
about that.
Yeah. Okay. First of all, just tell me what, did you read the book? Did you watch it on Netflix? Anything?
No. So one Saturday, and I don't watch TV, but one Saturday I thought, okay, I have too much shit. Can I say that? I have too much stuff. And I was like, what's all this hype about? So I watched one episode, and I was like, she's excessive a little bit, but So I got done with the show. I went in my closet and I went through all my socks, underwear, like all my girl stuff. And then now slowly, and I like actually hold things like, okay, this either needs a spot in my home
Yeah.
or I need to recycle it. And I'm really bad about I don't want to throw things away because someone else might be able to use it. So I really struggle with things like that and like recycling. I just sometimes wonder, could I give this to someone else to use? So I have slowly been not incorporating her ideas, but helping myself declutter. So
Yeah. I know. It's like we all kind of watched it, read the book, and are adapting it a little bit. I think
Right.
everyone's a little bit different or not quite able to be so extreme. I'm with you, though, with the things of value, I can't just throw away.
Right.
I can either donate it or try to sell it. Like I'm just not going to be able to just give it up. I don't know. But I do believe that the tidying up, like when my room is tidy, mentally, it makes me feel better.
Yes. Your
And-
kitchen, like
Yeah.
things like that. And I think walking into your closet as well, when you walk in and things have a spot, your office, it just gives you peace of mind and you can focus and have better clarity. So
Oh, I need to do it everywhere.
I do too. I just need like one snow week,
Yeah.
like the whole week I get at my house.
You might get that really soon, but you might be on vacation.
Yeah, really.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so what else can you tell us about you? This is for Inspired Woman magazine. We'll see a lot of your photos throughout the magazine. When did you first end up taking pictures for them?
So Nori Kesey introduced me to Marcy right before Inspired Woman had gotten back together with Jody and Marcy. So she introduced us and we hit it off wonderfully, and I've been with them ever since. I wish I could give them more of my time, and they know that. I wish I could produce more photos for the magazine, but of course time is our constraint. But I do the best I can to shoot as many shoots for them each month as I can. I started right when they relaunched in 2016. So I've been with every issue so far, and it's just been a pleasure. There's so many amazing creative people like yourself we have such a neat group of people. I just wish we had more time to, punch together and get our ideas. And
Yeah. And there's some exciting, stuff coming up with Inspired Women. So that's really fun too.
right.
But with your pictures, and the stories that you've been a part of, is there one? People used to always ask me that on the news, and I always hated that question. But here I am asking you the same thing. Do you have one that kind of stands out as one of your favorites?
Oh, there's so many. I remember the cancer center here in town. That was a emotional story for me. It was amazing to see the strong people that take care of these folks. It's just awesome. Sadie Paulson was one that we went to Fargo for. Let's see. There's so many great ones.
Yeah.
I can't just pick one fave, but there were a lot, and so many people have stories that you never would dream until you actually meet them, and actually hear the story from them and see the emotions on their face. So that's been the best part is, well, I had said that earlier, people are my thing. Like that's number one. I just enjoy meeting people, doing things with people, helping people. And I think, it's been fun to be able to shoot families, and then people are able to use those photos for their own personal life because maybe they not taken the time to do a family photo shoot or, or haven't had the opportunity. So this is a way that we can help get memories on their walls as well.
Have you noticed anything about, I don't know, North Dakota people maybe they're so humble that taking their photo can be difficult, trying to get them to kind of open up or anything?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Even when I'm doing family photo shoots, it's kind of the same thing. North Dakota folks are just kind of shy and almost a little bit meek, but I do my best. I have a pretty outgoing, positive personality, so I try try to get people fired up right from the beginning, and I give them some jokes. Like one of my rules when we're out shooting right away is if it bends, bend it. And so now that's the joke. People make fun of me. Oh, here comes Jacy. If it bends, bend it. And I'm like, oh, we just want to look our best. So I try to keep my positive attitude rolling and have fun with everybody.
You are great. You've taken my photo, a lot of the other staff writers.
Yeah.
That was fun because suddenly I just felt like Tyra Banks and I was smizing at the camera. Not quite, but
That's
trying
funny. It
to.
was fun.
You gave me the confidence too. So I think you're really good at that, kind
Yeah,
of making people
thanks.
feel comfortable. And
Yeah.
if it bends, bend it.
I like it.
Have you seen the Bend and Snap?
No.
On that movie with Reese Witherspoon, Nolan. Sometimes we talk to Nolan off camera. What's the name of it again? Legally Blonde. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The bend and snap move.
No, but I'm going to look into it now. This might have to be part of my...
It's kind of, I've never quite understood it because she tells them to bend down and then snap up. It's supposed to be kind of, seductive is a nice
Oh.
word of putting it, but it's not. It looks weird. Like they're like, and then they do this. But anyway, I was thinking that could be your kind of tagline: bend and snap, but snap with your camera.
Snap the camera. Whoa, you're getting creative. I love it.
I don't know. But anyway, we've learned a lot about you. Thank you so much for sharing. And maybe we'll do another podcast soon.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Thanks.
The Inspired Woman podcast is sponsored by Quantum Productions, the home of the award-winning director and cinematographer Nolan Johnson. He creates unique high-end video products throughout the Midwest. You can check him out at quantumprond.com.